Shalom. Welcome to our dvar Torah on Sedra Vayishlach. This is a dvar Torah that's going to be a lot of textual based. Not that you have to look in the text, but I'm going to be reading a lot of text because I like to quote directly from the rabbi so you get the real flavor of his idea. But I want to read from you from a website that I saw about genetics. It says, now we have the ability to test someone's genetic risk for certain disease states and then make a clinical decision based on the genetic backdrop. It's a very interesting approach. Okay? It's a medical website that is promising to keep people healthier by decoding their genetic makeup and preempting certain diseases. This method promises great results, but at the same time caution has to be taken. A lot of times we have vast amount of knowledge and are awed by this knowledge, but sometimes we don't realize that by tinkering here has a chain reaction over here. And that chain reaction can cause us a lot of problems. So that's something that we have to look out for. And in this dvar Torah, I'd like to focus on that moment when we become aware of mass amounts of knowledge out in the world. According to the rabbi, at this moment is literally a rendezvous with God, as we are awestruck at this recognition of just how much knowledge is out there. Now, nowhere is this more true than in the realm of science. Science is not a secular subject, it's the study of God's creation. And through it, we begin to understand God. Lacking prophecy, we are left with only the Torah and creation as our means of understanding God. Prophecy, and we're going to get into it a little, prophecy allowed a completely different understanding. And it's that prophetic understanding and the awe it strikes that I'll prove with an episode from our Sedra. I hope that the viewer leaves this dvar Torah with a thirst for more knowledge and a recognition of the great power that knowledge has. The rabbi writes about the mitzvah of loving God and how one achieves it, and here, pardon me again for reading. What is the path to attain love and the fear of Him? When a person contemplates His wondrous and His great deeds and creations, and appreciates God's infinite wisdom that surpasses all comparison, he will immediately love, praise, and glorify God, yearning with tremendous desire to know God's great name. The rabbi continues and addresses the mitzvah of having awe of God. When he continues to reflect on these same matters, he will immediately recoil in awe and fear, appreciating how he is a tiny, lowly, and dark creature, standing with his flimsy, limited wisdom before He who is of perfect knowledge. It is specifically when studying God's creation that we experience the awe of His infinite knowledge. There is even a higher form of knowledge, prophecy. Rambam explains that the wisdom of Hashem in its entire. Rambam explains that the prophet's mind, and here we quote, should constantly be striving to comprehend the wisdom of Hashem in its entirety, appreciating His greatness from them. After these preparations, the Divine Spirit will immediately rest upon him, and when this Divine Spirit rests upon him, he will be transformed into a different person, and will understand with knowledge different from what it was previously. He will rise above the level of other wise men. This higher form of gained wisdom is how the Radak explains Yaakov's statement that, and this is quoting from this week's Sedra, I have seen godly beings face to face, and my soul has survived. Similar to the Rambam's understanding of the fight with Esau's angel, the Radak understood this not as a literal battle, but rather a prophetic vision that Yaakov had. Knowledge, and the Yaakov's fight with the angel was a prophetic vision, one different than any he experienced before. This was a higher form of knowledge, and knowledge we know is a powerful tool. It changes people, transforming their lives from ordinary to exceptional. It is for this reason the Rambam writes, and listen to this quote and with this will end, there is nothing which lasts for eternity except the knowledge of the Creator of the world. This should motivate a person to regain full awareness of God. It's the lesson of Yaakov wrestling with the angel in this prophetic dream, just how aware and how knowledgeable Yaakov came from that experience. It was as if he had seen God face to face. May we all be blessed with a higher form of knowledge, a higher recognition of God, and let it be transformative in our lives, changing us to greater and greater individuals. Shabbat Shalom.